back with our next class. In today's class, we are going to discuss classification of fungi. Okay, first of all, see this chart. Kingdom fungi can be first of all categorized based on sexual reproduction is present or absent. So sexual reproduction is absent only in one class of fungi, that's Deuteromycetes, commonly known as fungi imperfecti. Okay, likewise, next is sexual reproduction present. Now sexual reproduction present, such fungi have been further categorized based on Mycelium accepted or Mycelium septate. Mycelium accepted are mainly or mostly regarded as lower fungi. Okay, so these are lower fungi. Alright, and lower fungi are again of two types, Oomycetes and Zygomycetes, commonly known as Oogamous fungi and conjugation fungi respectively. Next is Mycelium septate, these are higher fungi. Okay, and they can again be of two types, Ascomycetes and Basidiomycetes, commonly known as sac fungi and club fungi respectively. Alright. So this is the chart that first you have to memorize. As I have told you already, before a discussion, if I give you a chart, that means there is a lot of chance that you might get confused if you don't learn the chart properly. You have to be clear about which one falls under what category first properly, only then go into detailed discussion. Alright, so learn this properly. And now let us start with classification of fungi in details. So now let us discuss fungal classification in details. We'll start with the lower fungi, okay? That is Oomycetes and Zygomycetes. Do remember one important thing. Oomycetes and Zygomycetes together is referred as Phycomycetes, alright? So let's discuss first Oomycetes, alright? So Oomycetes, the general characteristics are as follows. The hyphal cell wall would be made up of cellulose and glucan here because they are the lowermost fungi. So in that case, they don't have chitinous cell wall. Rather, cell wall is made up of cellulose and glucan. Mycelium is cenocytic, means accepted plus multinucleate. See, under classification, I'll be discussing with you those terms which we have already discussed previously. It's just that now you need to remember that which of the terminology belongs to which class. That's it. But otherwise the meaning has been already discussed. Alright. Now, asexual reproduction occurs by sporangia formation in terrestrial species, but by zoospore formation in aquatic species. Alright. Now, sexual reproduction occurs by gametangial contact. You already know about what is gametangial contact. So that's what I was telling you. You will be knowing the meaning of all because everything has been discussed. Just that you need to remember that which terminology is applicable to which category. Alright. Product of sexual reproduction is oospores. That's why the name is Oomycetes. Understood this? Now, for your exam point of view, this chapter is very much example oriented. So, all the examples that we'll be discussing under classification, they are very, very, very important for you to remember. So, important members or examples from Oomycetes are, first, Phytophthora infestans. It causes a disease called late blight of potato. It's marked by certain brownish or blackish color spots in the aerial parts of the plant. Next, Albugo candida, it is also a parasitic fungi which causes the disease white rust of crucifer. Alright. Next, Pythium deberyanum, it causes a disease called damping of disease of seedlings in tomato, chili, etc. Yes, most of the fungi which are parasitic will be mostly infecting plants. So most or 90% of all plant infections are caused by fungi. Alright. So, mostly you will be getting plants here. Sclerospora graminecola. This is another important example and it causes a disease called downy mildew of cereals. Alright. And finally, Saprolegnia. Saprolegnia is going to be an aquatic fungi and it will be causing a salmon disease of gills in fish. Basically, it will cause infection of the gills in salmon fish. Alright. That's it regarding Oomycetes. Next, moving on to Zygomycetes. But do remember, again I'm repeating, oomycetes and zygomycetes together makes a phycomycetes. Alright. Now, under zygomycetes, the general characteristics are cell wall is made up of chitin, mycelium is as usual cenocytic, means aseptate plus multinucleate, motile spores are absent. Now, motility is going to be absent in every other category of fungi. It's only present in oomycetes. Other than that, it is not present in any other group of fungi. Now, asexual reproduction occurs by sporangiospore formation, and sexual reproduction occurs by gametangial copulation. Of course, you know what is gametangial copulation, isn't it? Product of sexual reproduction is zygospore. Alright? But there is a huge difference between oospore and zygospore. See, oospore will directly germinate and give rise to fungal hyphae. But zygospore, it is a diploid structure. It will not, germinate and directly give rise to fungal hyphae. Rather, it will undergo give rise to another sporangium called germ sporangium. Germ sporangium later on will bear certain meiospores called germ spores. And those germ spores will germinate, giving rise to hyphae. So, oospore directly gives rise to hyphae, but zygospore will not directly give rise to hyphae. It will rather give rise to another fruiting body called germ sporangium, which will bear germ spores, and they will give rise to hyphae. Alright. Now, important members are mainly Rhizopus and Mucor are the important examples under zygomycetes. So, Rhizopus stolonifer, it is black braid mold. It is also known for causing soft rotten leek disease of strawberry, apple, etc. Mucor pusillus, it causes infection of internal organs in human beings. Absidia corymbifera, it causes infection of the bronchiole, so known as bronchomycosis. Alright. And finally, Mucor ramanianus. This fungi is known to produce an important antibiotic, that is ramycin. Alright. So that's all regarding the lower fungi. Next, let's move on to higher fungi.